Alright. Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Why Don't We Watch This Movie? I'm Sky,
I'm Finn.
and today we are joined by a guest.
Hi, I'm Adeline, or Addie for short.
Wonderful. And why did we watch Eragon? Alright, Finn. Read us that description.
In his homeland of Allegasia, a farm boy happens upon a dragon's egg, a discovery that leads him to a predestined journey where he realizes he's the only person who can defend his home against an evil king.
Sick.
If I can say that isn't the most fantasy genre description I've ever heard.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Now, I feel it important to note that I haven't read any of the Eragon books.
Neither have I, but Adeline has.
I've read all of them, and they're
Great.
wonderful.
I'm
And-
sure they are, but they just passed me by when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
So sad.
I leant more towards Artemis Fowl, and I know Sky leant more towards Deltora Quest.
Yep.
See, I was all over all of it. Come on, guys.
Yeah, well, we had other bullshit. I don't have an excuse. I had other books I was reading, and then I also got into comic books.
There it is. That's
Yeah,
the
There we
reason.
go.
I
That's
got
the
to the other
reason.
nerd shit. Alright, well, can you enlighten us a bit, Eddie?
Enlighten about the books.
Yeah.
I guess? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
What should we know?
So first off, you should know that Saphira, the dragon,
Yeah.
doesn't turn into an adult in 3 seconds. It takes a good
Wow.
couple of months.
No,
she doesn't-
really.
Doesn't
Oh,
go
okay,
through a
that's
lightning
fair.
storm, and they could have done like a time lapse or something, or
A training montage.
yeah. But no, she flies into the clouds and turns
And
into
an
an
adult.
Yeah,
Oh,
lightning hits her, and she's
damn.
like, I'm big now, and I can speak to you
Telepathically.
with my weirdly American accent in this land English.
I think I might be talking out of my ass a little bit here, but I think the voice for Saphira was also the main female lead in the Mummy movie.
Oh, really?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it's Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, let's go!
Wow.
She's also the Wicked Witch of the West in Oz the Great and Powerful, that
Oh, wow.
shit movie.
Oh,
So some
yeah,
good, some bad.
okay.
Some good, some shit.
Yeah. Granted, I watched Oz the Great and Powerful a lot as a kid because my dad loves that film. But
So did I.
as much as I love my dad, he has the worst taste in movies I've ever met. Like one of his favorite superhero movies is Suicide Squad, the original one.
Oh no.
I know.
It's a bit rough.
It's very rough, and I have to sit through it every time I go to his house.
Doesn't he also love the Twilight films?
Yes, he does, but he is a gay man, and we don't talk about it. We don't talk about his love for Twilight.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're on this, is he Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh!
I don't think I have ever asked him somehow.
You need to ask
Yeah,
him.
Finn, you need to.
I will.
And
ask
if he
the
says
next time I
anything but Team Charlie or Carlisle, he's wrong.
Now, I have never watched the Twilight films. I was going to watch them as part of. I'm doing a thing this year. I'm watching a franchise a month, every month.
Okay.
And one of the ones I planned on doing was Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, all in 1 month.
Oh god.
I decided against that because I wanted to, remain alive. So, I swapped it out for I think the Terminator, which look
A
was
much better choice. Oh, okay,
you
wait.
say that there is a lot
The
of
first
shit.
couple.
The first
Yeah.
two films are good. The third one is all right. After that, it's dog shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot it gets bad.
Very bad.
I forgot
Anyway,
there's
enough
more than
about
two
Terminator.
films. Yeah, okay. Enough about Terminator. Back to
There's
Eragon.
six. There are six. So
There's 6 of them?
there are six
Yup.
Terminators. Most of them are dog shit.
Oh no. All right, but yeah, I mean, like we said, like we had a lot of missing context for the book, so they could have been just completely butchering the story. I mean, as you just said, the Saphira doesn't turn into an adult in 3 seconds,
They
a
were
day after being
completely-
born.
Yeah, no. The story was well and truly butchered. Like she does grow quickly. I'll give him that, but not that fast.
Yeah.
The other thing being the Razak, the creepy crawly boys.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the not orcs, as I put them in my notes.
Yeah, the Razak. They are actually made of bugs instead of have a suit of bugs around them.
That's so
Oh.
much cooler.
They're made of
Oh.
worms.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, right. And like, I mean, okay, let's think about this. In the original Halo game, they made the hunters made
I
of
haven't played
worms.
Halo either.
No, the hunters were made of worms, and that came out in like 2001. 5 years before this, they could have done something like that, but no, they
Yeah.
had men
We'll
in
see.
suits.
We'll see, what was this, 2006?
Yeah,
I mean, granted, CGI wasn't great.
Oh
Back
god,
then.
this one came
But
out
no,
a
they could
year
have
after
done
my
something
sister
cool.
was born. Ugh.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much later than 2006.
no.
No, early 2000s, when movies were good.
um,
Only good films came out in the early 2000s.
I will say in
Oh.
my notes, the only thing I have about the not orcs is I liked it when, I can't remember his name, played by Robert Carlyle, wizard bitch, killed the not orc by just putting his fingers to his head.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah,
I liked that scene.
and I think in the movie it was implied that the Razak, the boys covered in bugs, were the Urza, which are the not orcs.
Oh, they are two different things?
Yeah. They're two different entities. They're two different
Yeah.
like creatures.
I
But-
was watching this rather intently. I did not realize
Apparently
that.
not.
In the movie, I think it's implied that the Razak are just Urza with bug suits, but like
Oh.
trained as assassins. In the books, they're completely different. They're not the same thing.
Oh, right.
That's really funny. God.
Okay. Just quick reminder: we are going to get into complete spoilers from this film, as my next note I want to bring up is a complete
Yeah.
spoiler. I wrote at about the 20-minute mark of this film. I wrote, calling it now, Eragon and not Galadriel get together in the end.
Ooh.
And they didn't. I was actually thoroughly surprised that they didn't.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
Do they in the books?
not in the first one. I
Ah, okay.
believe they meet up again in Brazinja, which is the second book.
Right.
But that being said, I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because Aragon in the books and in the movie as well is like a 16-year-old boy. And he was played by Ed Speleers, who in 2006 would have been 16. So
Right.
I'm a little
Ah.
bit glad that they didn't do that.
we didn't have a 16-year-old boy kissing on screen.
30-year-old woman or something, yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
that's
so much
fair.
older than 16.
He
Jesus.
does. He does look
does
really
look a lot-
old.
I mean, yeah, he looks a lot older than 16, but I figured it out while I was watching the movie. I was like, how old was he? And it was surprising to me that he actually was the age that he was portraying.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
Finn,
good
here's
for
the
them, I
thing.
guess. Yeah.
You were like, oh, maybe this would be the love interest. I just want to point out the edgy gay love interest.
Edgy gay love.
Murta?
Yeah.
Oh, him, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
come on. Come on.
Also, he is on the poster. He's one of the top billed actors. He's in the film for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
mm,
And he
yeah,
spends a bit of that in prison.
Yeah.
yeah.
I never
Um,
get that when films do that.
he does play a much larger role in
I'm
the books
I'm
once
sure he does.
again.
I'm
Um,
sure he does.
Does he
Yeah.
and I
play gay
think
love interest?
no,
Oh,
no,
oh,
he
that's a shame.
plays edgy boy who gives in to his nature versus nurture.
Ah, gotcha.
But the whole thing being, I think they wanted to create a series out of this that was coming out with the books.
Oh, right.
I got that vibe, yeah. But
But it bombed.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And also here's the other thing. So if they wanted to make a series out of this, so you know, this film came out in 2006. However many books were out by then. The last book didn't come out till 2011.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
do you think they could have wrote like if this was successful, could they have written it that long out? To be like,
Potentially.
all right, guys, have a bit of delay. The book hasn't actually come out yet.
So yeah, I mean,
they did that quite successfully with Scott Pilgrim. So,
true,
granted, that was also a box office bomb, but
but it shouldn't have been.
it shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. That movie was great.
It's wonderful. Yeah, no, so they had 2 books out by 2006. The third one came out in 2008, and Inheritance, the last one, came out in 2011. And then there's a fifth
okay.
one, which is about Murtaugh, which came out much later.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just have to point this out. In the trivia, Elijah Wood and Shia LaBeouf were considered for the role of Eragon.
This was
No.
this was after
Uh-huh.
Lord of the Rings as well.
But yes, so this was after Lord of the Rings.
Oh god.
And they were like, oh, we want Elijah Wood, actually.
Yeah.
And also, for some reason, Shia LaBeouf.
Well, at the time,
I
he
mean-
was a big name. He'd just done Holes, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would have been too baby for the role, I think. He would have been too much of a still a child actor.
mm.
Yeah, yeah, true.
I want to quickly pivot to Brom,
Oh,
Wrong.
played by the irascible Jeremy Irons, who I adore. As
Yeah.
the voice of Scar is probably what most people know him as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is also in the original Dungeons and Dragons movies.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
He
and as a fun little aside, not fun, I guess. He was Humbert in the Lolita movie.
I know. I own that movie. I've read the book. I haven't watched the movie yet.
Wait. There was a Lolita movie?
Yeah,
There are multiple Lolita movies.
I haven't read the book, but I know what it's about.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a really good book.
I know. It's just like,
Okay.
really? They chose to make that into a movie?
Guy, you need to know that the book really is like, hey, what this guy did is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Look, it is on the reading list, but I was like, really? What the fuck?
I'll lend it to you.
Yeah, actually, that'd be great. And then I don't have to buy it.
Fair enough. He's also Alfred from Batman v Superman to the Justice League by Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Also, we have the king that is John Malkovich in this.
Okay, I have issue with John Malkovich in this.
King.
John Malkovich does not suit this role. He, as much as I love him, he felt it felt like he was like, we need a big name. We got Jeremy Irons. Oh, who else do we get? John Malkovich. Why not?
That being said, who would you put forward to be Galbatorix, the evil king?
That's true.
Evil King, an English actor.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
John Malkovich.
Chuck.
But-
John Malkovich is great. It's just his American accent stood out. Like his weird John Malkovichian accent just stood out so much.
Isn't his accent because he's like half deaf and
I don't know, but
Learn
it
how to-
stood out like a
don't even
sore
know.
thumb. It stood out like a sore thumb and genuinely took me out of it for a bit when he was on screen.
I think John Malkovich just has his own accent, though. I don't think he has an American accent. He has a Malkovich accent.
yeah.
He's his own man.
He is an entity of
He is every Malkovich.
epic proportions.
That's John Malkovich.
That's our boy. Oh gosh, well, I mean, in terms of things I thought were pretty good, the dragon, like Saphira, looked pretty cute to begin with. It did have a. I was surprised it didn't look that bad. I was just like, oh yeah, it was pretty cute as a baby dragon, and it looked alright when there was a
baby dragon.
as a baby dragon. And I thought it was a bit whimsical and pretty nice at times.
Yeah.
It was just overshadowed by a story that moved too quickly.
Yeah.
So
It couldn't translate it well, and it just couldn't translate it well to like a 2 hour, like almost 2 hour film.
Yeah.
So like, how long was the book?
The book is a good couple hundred pages at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of 0.12 font or whatever. And there's 4 of them in the main series.
yeah.
Granted, only 2 of them had been released by this point.
Yeah, and they did keep the story contained 1 book per movie because we weren't quite in the era of splitting a single book into 3 or 4 movies. Looking at you,
Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, true.
But it just moved too fast. And in 2021, there was a push from
It was Disney.
fans of the books for Disney to create a TV show out of them.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
It does feel like this would have been a lot better as a TV series.
Then they would have had the time, and they would have had Disney backing instead of Fox in the early 2000s backing.
Sorry, I've just googled it. The original book was near 500 pages.
Yeah, there you go. And all of them are about that size.
Yeah.
I remember
A good
them
chunk.
like, in my school library being girthy, so...
Yeah, the same. I was like, that's a girthy book. Also, one of the things I thought didn't translate well to film was the speaking telepathically thing. Was because they just look. There's just a 10-second shot of fucking what's the guy's name? Ed Spleers just staring at the camera, just mindlessly staring into the sky, and then it's like, oh yes, that's good, Saphira. Can you fly away now? Like,
I never.
It doesn't really. It translates well in book. Maybe it could be translated well into film. I don't think they did it well though.
They could have done the thing where Saphira actually moved her mouth. They could have rectified it a little bit by having Saphira move her mouth because it's really confusing.
No, what you need to know is that they lost all the dragon budget making the dragon. They couldn't make the dragon's mouth move unless it was breathing fire.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a VR chat thing. If you open the mouth, something happens, and you can't stop it from happening.
Yeah. Something else about the breathing fire. In the books, yes, she doesn't breathe fire to create Brom's tomb, but it's better than just breathing warm air and turning granite into glass.
Yes, I that's in my notes as well.
Yeah,
I put dragon can't make fire, still makes glass though.
that was pretty
like,
weird.
and the whole thing is like, if you wanted to make glass, make the tomb out of sandstone, maybe. You know, sand being
Anything.
mostly silicon that can turn into glass, and not big old fucking grey rocks.
Oh god. Like, do anything else.
Hey, it's a fantasy world. Anything can become glass, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently. Decided
Apparently.
by this film.
As we all know, the one rule of fantasy is if it exists, it can be glass.
Yeah, of course. Just like in D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I want to talk about my favorite part of this film, being Robert Carlyle as God, what was this? Durza?
Durza, yeah.
Yeah,
And his Urzas.
yeah. Oh god, that's right. I forgot that's what their names were. I thought he was really cool. Mainly because I love Robert Carlyle.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
because he's amazing in Trainspotting, he's amazing in The Full Monty, where he plays just such different characters from in this.
He's pretty cool in the Once Upon a Time TV show where he basically plays the same character as
He plays
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin, yeah.
Oh, sick.
It's been maybe a decade since I last watched Once Upon a Time. I watched it when I was far too young. So,
Yeah.
that and Grimm.
The other thing about Robert Carlyle as Durza is his magical girl transformation into a redhead.
Yes, yes.
That we don't see.
It was beautiful. I loved that.
That's so funny to describe it as a magical girl transformation.
But
it's
it
true, but it's so
was.
funny.
Like, we don't see the transformation into having red hair and the shit around his eyes. Like, it looks like he's got a really severe case of pink eye by the end.
Yeah. Oh my god. I want to. This is okay. This might be like slight spoilers for a James Bond film that came out in 1998.
We're past the point of spoilers.
Past the point of spoilers. It's almost 30 years since that came out. So, I watched, like, not long before I watched Eragon, I watched The World Is Not Enough, where Robert Carlyle is one of the main villains. And he is, first of all, fucking ripped in that film, which is weird after seeing him as a junkie in Trainspotters.
Just seeing him as basically a junkie in everything else, just this skinny little waif.
Yeah, and then he's fucking beefed up in this film, beating up Pierce Brosnan because I just want to say because it's fucking dumb.
Brosnan deserved it.
His character is ostensibly immortal because he has a bullet in his brain that simultaneously is turning off his pain sensors and also activating his adrenal gland, making him grow stronger every day and not feel pain until he dies of his bullet wound.
Oh. What?
James Bond is a whole nother breed.
As I mentioned before, I'm doing a franchise a month this year. James Bond is my current franchise. I've got 2 left. God help me, I have 2 left.
That's such a long franchise.
I started at Timothy Dalton. I couldn't do 30 films. I had to limit myself to 11.
Oh, weak.
Well,
shut the fuck up. Oh,
God, that is insane.
The World Is Not Enough tangent aside.
Wow.
God, what an awful film.
I also want to say, like, I think I was gonna watch this movie, like, I don't know, like, many years back because I had the DVD. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch Eragon. I don't remember what happened. I might have fallen asleep. But one of the things I vividly remember was fucking Eragon was like running back to his farm to be a farm boy, and his cousin's like, "Oh, Eragon's back." Like the man, the myth, legend, or whatever he said. I was
I
like,
think it was the Great Hunter. Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that's right." And I was like, "Oh, this is the beginning of the film." And then, how was I surprised when that was like 10 minutes into the film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's not that's nothing to do in terms of review. I just thought I was like, "Huh, that's weird. What happened to me?
I will
Why did I
say,
remember 10 minutes of this?"
speaking of the beginning of this film, I counted how many times they showed the beginning of this film again in the course of this film. They showed the opening scene 4 times during the total of this film.
Wait,
So you don't
what?
forget.
Yeah, they showed the opening scene, like when not Galadriel is running through the forest, being chased by the
Yeah.
Dursleys. They showed that scene 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah,
And tell me, Finn, did you forget?
no, actually, I can't remember the fine details of that scene now, so they failed in their mission, I guess.
Gosh.
Something else.
Yeah.
I get it was the early 2000s and we
God.
didn't have like reliable drone technology. So
Mm.
why in the hell are there so many like helicopter shots zooming through the landscape? There
There
were
are
like
a lot.
4 or 5 sequences of just zooming through landscape. Nothing to do with the rest of the film, just showing that they can do that.
We own a helicopter. Look at us go.
That's where
And
the
then they put a
directing out
cool
budget
filter
went.
over it.
Yeah.
They had Dragon Eye filter over it.
Mhm.
This ain't your regular bird's eye, this is Dragon Eye.
When you said this ain't birds, I was like, yeah, it's just normal fish fingers. Like... Wrong bird's eye, Finn. Wrong bird's eye.
God.
I will note there were scenes in this. I don't know if any of you noticed this, but it looked like Ed Spielers had been dubbed over by Ed Spielers.
Yeah, there
Because
were a couple of points.
it just looked like his mouth didn't match what he was saying. Like,
No.
like the scene after Brom's, I guess, funeral, and the scene just before they go into the big final battle, when he was talking, his mouth didn't match up with what he was saying.
Oh no.
Yeah. And for someone who cannot cry on command, he cries so much in this movie.
that tear stick was just, it was being loosey goosey everywhere.
Cry!
Yeah,
Cry, you
it's
son
like-
of a bitch! I don't care if
When
you're
he-
16, cry!
When he's crying, he was making like Tobey Maguire in
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 faces.
He was! Oh my god, you're so right.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, actually, something else I had a question about with the book. So it like is the parent abandonment trope still in there?
Yeah, so he was left by his mother to
Spoilers
his
for the books. Sorry.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Guys, take
sorry.
no. We want to know.
He was left by his mother to his uncle as he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't harped on as much as it was in the movie, where it's like, did your
Every
mother
2
leave you too?
seconds. Yeah.
My mom left me.
My mom left me, that's why I'm so damaged, even though I had a loving uncle who acted as my dad.
A loving uncle and a cousin who was basically my brother.
I don't remember my mother, she left me at 6 months old, but like,
Whatever, I'm still going to be edgy about it.
he was always like this far away from making like a dead mom joke. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's never met the woman.
Jeremy Irons was holding himself back, like, can't mention the dead mum, he'll go on a rant again, can't mention the dead mum.
Oh god. Shut up.
Dude, I get it.
And that's a
Your
training
mum died.
montage
My
when he gets to hit
dragon
him with a
died.
stick.
This is for mentioning your mum so much. Whack, whack, whack. Sorry, you should have parried that.
Okay, something that I will say is that the training where they're swinging swords around at each other or they're swinging sticks around at each other
Yeah.
is better than training in some other movies I've watched recently.
Oh, yeah. What movie could you be speaking of?
Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. Don't worry. Oh fuck.
It's actually decently choreographed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Where, you know, it looks like they actually spent time and they tried to make it seem like he was just this nerdy farm boy who wanted to fight people because they killed his uncle, which
Yeah.
is so Star Wars.
It's very
Yeah.
Star Wars.
It's
Oh.
crazy. It's almost as if for the past, like, since the book was released, everything has had the same plot.
Mm.
Mm.
Space fantasy.
Yeah, space fantasy, regular fantasy, anything else fantasy.
Sand Planet Fantasy.
Sand planet fantasy.
Yes, everything's trying to be
Dune's
a
its own
space
league.
opera, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Something that I noticed,
But we love them.
just speaking of everything fantasy, I counted about 7 times where they used exact shots from Lord of the Rings, which
Yep.
may just be
Hmm.
coincidence. I hope it's just coincidence.
I
If not,
guess.
that's hilarious and plagiarism.
Look, look at Lord of the Rings was probably how big at the time? It was
Incredibly.
intentional.
I mean,
It was
it
intentional.
had
Let's be
won
honest.
so many Oscars not long before this.
Yeah.
This was
Oh.
Fox's crack at hey, we need a Lord of the Rings. Let's get this going.
Let's do Eragon.
Yeah,
We need your Lord of the Rings / Harry Potter bullshit.
yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
And,
when was the first
yeah.
Harry Potter book?
I think that was
Yonks
the
ago.
90s. Oh wait.
We have
The
the
book or the
internet.
movie?
I said the book. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we have this amazing thing called the internet, and we're not using it.
1997.
Oh, thank
Really? Okay. And the
So-
first film was
97.
Sorry.
2001 as well. So
Yeah. So
Okay.
Harry
Ugh.
Potter book releases were ridiculous. We got 97, 98, 99, 2000. Order of the Phoenix was 2003, Half-Blood Prince was 2005, and Deathly Hallows was 2007.
God, J.K. Rowling, you're pumping them out.
She.
Pumping them out and then getting mold poisoning and turning into a turf.
What do you mean turning?
Well,
Yeah,
no, because
it's what-
she never expressed these views as, you know, a younger person, and then people believe that she's got mold poisoning and
Yeah, Finn, have you seen the
angry.
photos?
I've seen the photos.
Yeah, look, I'm confident that black mold has poisoned her brain. It is wild.
That does not excuse her actions, though.
No, it doesn't.
does
It's just
not.
really funny to think about that.
It is
That
hilarious.
she is in a house full of black mold.
And then didn't she try and play it off like, no, that's just my wallpaper? Like, no,
Yeah,
honey,
she
it's
because
not.
other people made fun of it. She changed the profile picture, but then it was like right next to a plant, but it looked like the plant had a penis. It was weird. She was like, she's like, no, I gotta change it. Here's a different profile picture, which is like what tilted to like 40 degrees to the right.
Yeah.
But then there's penis plant.
Yeah. All right.
Dickland?
Question.
Yeah.
If Fox hadn't done Eragon, which youth fantasy series from the early 2000s do you think would have been a better choice for their Lord of the Rings contender?
Oh.
Ooh.
Because this might just be like me going, I liked this book series as a kid. Del Toro Quest, I think, would have been so much better.
Del Toro Quest
I don't trust Fox to
would
do
have been
that
better.
justice.
But Del Toro Quest did get a sick ass anime on
It did get
Yeah.
a sick ass anime.
Thank you.
You know what?
Yes.
My other one would have been the Spiderwick Chronicles, which I know they did make a movie out of,
Hmm.
They
and
tried-
it was fine. It was
was
nothing
fine.
special.
Didn't they also wait? Was it Fox that also did Percy Jackson? I'm pretty sure it was because it's
Here,
now
I'll
Disney and
I'll have a
they
look.
own Fox now.
I will have a look.
But yeah, look, Del Toro was mostly just because I'm like, don't you dare fucking.
It would help
slander
if I didn't put Parsi Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
Parsi.
No,
yeah.
Fox didn't do. Fox didn't do it apparently.
Who did?
It was
Who did Percy?
1492 Pictures, Sunspot Entertainment, and Dune Entertainment.
What streaming service is it on?
Disney and Netflix.
It's on Disney and Netflix.
Okay,
Weird.
that's
Also,
very weird.
I loved the first Percy Jackson film as a kid.
But
I'm
I
sure.
mean, it
I'm
was
sure if I
Fox
watched it
3000.
again. Yeah. Oh, was it? Okay.
and 20th Century Fox distribute it.
Why did that
Okay.
show up in my research? Anyway, I
Yeah.
loved the first one. I thought the second one was dog shit, even as a kid.
I thought they were both kind of dog shit as a kid, but I was obsessed with those books.
I didn't like the books. I will say it now. Like I
Yeah,
tried.
Slanderous.
I read like at least the first 3 books of the Percy Jackson series, and they just
Fuck.
weren't for me.
Oh,
Damn. I think.
I didn't think they were bad. I just knew they weren't for me.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah. Even though I love Greek mythology.
Yeah,
Weird.
that is weird that it's not for you.
Yeah. It's like how Stranger Things wasn't for me.
That
And
is also.
I love the 80s and D&D. So
Yeah, like when we were in high school together, you're like, "Oh no, it's not for me." I was like, "How?"
I like it now.
Yeah,
If that's anything.
yeah. Now where it takes like 2 years to release 3 episodes for a season.
Yes.
At least it was fun back then. You're like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen?" Now it's just like, I don't know, it feels like work to watch it. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Well, I've only seen the first season still. I
Anyway,
need to
it's-
watch more. But this isn't the Stranger
This isn't even the Stranger
cast.
Things episode. This isn't the Stranger. This is the
We're
Eragon
doing an
episode.
episode on Stranger Things?
No.
Since when?
No, we don't. Look, I don't even think it
Yeah.
qualifies on Letterboxd unless
Look.
we change the rules a bit.
Yeah, no. There's one more thing I want to bring up, and this is purely for you, Sky.
Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Bless you.
Excuse me. It was a cough. I had a
Okay,
weird lump
cough
in my
you.
throat. Thank you. So you remember that butcher at the start of the film? The one that gets killed.
Oh yeah. It's like, nah, keep that away. That's
Uh,
the king's egg.
He plays a weird role in a show that both of us love called Inside Number 9.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Do you remember the episode The Referee's a Wanker?
Oh my god, he's the mascot!
He's the mascot, yeah.
Holy shit, he's the mascot and the referee's a wanker!
Yeah, okay. Sorry. That was just for you, Sky.
Yeah, that's wild. Thank you very much for that. Holy shit.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Everyone listening, watch Inside Number 9.
It's
Holy
beautiful.
fuck.
I love
It's an
it.
incredible piece of TV.
We still need to watch the last season.
Yes, we do. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other things to say about this, unless you used to do.
I've gone through basically all my notes apart from I bet Sky wants to ride that dragon, wink wink.
Damn, what the hell? What makes you say that, Finn?
Because I could. You can cut it out if you want, but if you do, I know you're a coward.
Yes.
Hmm.
There's one more thing I would like to mention.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Fire away.
When Eragon is saving Arya from the castle,
Mm.
and Durza starts using his big boy magic on
Yeah.
Eragon, and all of the weapons in the hallway start
Yeah.
rattling, and then he goes, and they fly towards him at such a low rate of speed.
Yeah.
They don't go whizzing past, they stroll on by saying hello as they go. And then he deflects one away, and it's meant to be this big badass thing, but it was just not.
It just
Yeah.
wasn't dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'd forgotten about that.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
good old Durza and his Urzas.
Yeah, those are in his Urzas.
God.
This is the sort of film where I'm like, I would probably watch it again in the future. Just be like, was it really that shit? Like, give me 10 years.
10 years.
Give me 10 years to
Probably-
forget about this film and be like, was it really that shit, or was I just too no, it was that shit. Cool.
Mm.
Probably been 10 years since I've watched it before now, and I thought it was great. As a kid, I was like, this is the best thing ever. No, it's
Well,
not.
Something we're
It's
Something we're
almost 2
learning.
hours of drivel.
something that we're learning constantly, just constantly through this podcast. We're like, oh, I enjoyed it as a kid. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Movies weren't good.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I feel some beautiful examples. We've done some beautiful examples of that so far, such as. Oh, I was about to say the Three Stooges. No, the Three Stooges was fucking great.
It just holds up. That movie rocks.
Yeah, that movie holds up.
Garfield.
Which I accidentally put the 2024 version in our notes. I'm now looking.
Oh no.
I'll have to change that. G-Force was another one we did.
Oh yeah.
Excellent, though.
And-
Look, it's incredible. Is it a good
beautiful.
film?
No.
No.
And the other one we did was Zoom Academy for Superheroes.
Oh, well, that one's
That-
fun, but that's
That's
so bad.
wonderful. It's so bad, but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's also just bad.
Oh gosh. Well, I think that's
Oh,
all the time we
got,
have.
got it, popular reviews.
Yeah, popular reviews now for Eragon.
Yeah. Uh,
Finn, you want to start us out?
yeah, sure. I'll start with the top one. You might think of this is by Josh Lewis, who gave it 1 star. You might think that because literally no one watched this awful preteen plagiarized ripoff of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, that it doesn't actually exist. But you'd be mistaken. It does. This message is a warning. It's out there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So ominous. Oh shit. So
I really
I
like
mean-
the second one.
Yeah, you can go to the second one. But Sky had an
Sorry, I was
exclamation.
dying.
Oh, okay.
sorry, I was dying because this also like that review, it's held like it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the straight truth.
Yeah.
As is this one, maybe. Apparently this was the last major motion picture to be released on VHS in the United States. It was released on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray simultaneously.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was the last major film to be released on VHS. Eragon killed VHS.
Eragon killed VHS.
I mean, VHS was on its way out for many, many years before that.
Oh no, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's not the point.
Yeah. And then we have from Mario with 2 stars. Don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up this time.
Someone replied to that review. They fucked it up.
Oh,
Oh,
Michael.
here's another one.
Yeah.
Liberal media wants to tell you that Dragon movie is bad. How can movie be bad if it has cool dragon and nostalgia? Dragons are cool. If you disagree, you are wrong. I am a hashtag Eragon truther now. Sorry, guys. Hate to admit it. Matthew was right.
That
Who
was
is
by
Matthew?
Ali.
That is awesome.
Who is that?
That's such a good review.
I also like Stephen Sheehan, who gave it 1.5 stars. Half-assed hobbitry. Wait a minute, there's one mentioning. Oh no, that's a big one. I was going to say there's a one mentioning Vince Vaughn, the most loathed man.
Bro,
But
this
no, that
podcast
is
hates
about.
Vince Vaughn.
This is about 4 paragraphs long. So
No, we're not doing that. God.
Z gave it 5 stars. Murtagh has rights.
Yes.
Oh, what's it?
Oh,
By Walter Andrade, 1 star. A message from 2012 to the future. Dear son, if you ever start liking this bullshit, you are forbidden to use the computer for a whole year. You can only read Lewis Carroll, Tolkien, Montreal, Liberto, and L. Frank Baum. With all your love, your father.
another
Okay.
one on the second page of reviews.
Yeah.
It's Rachel Weisz, dragons, and an Avril Lavigne song. Of course, I like it with 3
Wait.
stars
Avril Lavigne. When was there an Avril Lavigne song in this film?
in the
What the-
credits.
Oh, I had fully tuned out by that point.
Holy shit! Yeah, keep holding on by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
1 star by Shiliel, I think that's pronounced. They spelt dragon wrong.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah.
For review time. But you can find all our info and socials in the description. We're now actually posting some shit to our Instagram.
yeah,
It's a lot of shit posts, and
it is a
we
lot
think
of
it's
shit
funny.
posts.
Yeah. Addy, do you have anything you want to shout out or promote?
not really. Look, guys, come and listen to more of this beautiful stuff
Yes.
that we're
Yeah,
doing.
let's go.
Yes, self-advertisement.
Endorsement. Let's go.
It's not shameful because it's a guest doing it.
Yes, you're right.
Let's go.
We don't have to feel ashamed of this one. Not like when we shamelessly shout ourselves out on other podcasts that we appear on.
And go and watch D&T.
Yes!
Yeah, let's go.
Have a shameless advertisement.
Despite when this episode comes out, I promise it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Life
we
is
promise.
just very hard sometimes. But no, that's awesome. Thank you very much for that.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you in the cinema. Goodbye.
Bye.